But no, Adriana, and I even had the glasses to watch. Yes, and I didn't even use them.
You were so nice to me in the dark. You did not have a class.
Well, I think I don't know if HEB was selling them at first, but towards the end, they were giving them to people for free.
Are you serious?
Yes, because there are a couple of people online saying, I got these free from HEB. I don't know how other people feel about that who bought them. Yes, and we call the other ones aggressive flowers, but they smell so fragrant. Oh, thank you. Oh gosh, there are a couple of people that I watch. There's a lady named the Garden Queen. Yes.
Our advocate.
Yes.
She's the one.
I know I can only have it.
Ah, yes. Yay! No, we're gonna start a flower shop in the back office.
This one is just.
Oh, sure, no problem. All right, everyone. I'm going to call the docket. When I call your name, let me know you're here. If you don't let me know you're here, I'm going to assume you're not, and warrant may be issued for your arrest. Some of you are going to be called back for trial tomorrow. In custody, we have John Bueno. That pen is dead. Clayton Russell, contested MTR. Brian Hamilton, Davis Villegas, Joshua Panaga. Thank you. I came close. Alisa Herrera, Angel Montoya.
Here.
Where? Are you Angel Montoya? You're Angel Montoya? Okay. Jose Lozano. Thank you. Carlton McMillan. Thank you. In custody, we have Trinidad Velasquez, Ricardo Guzman, Rudy Gonzalez.
Stand up, please.
Nicholas Corpus. Thank you. In custody, we have Arturo Campos.
With present, house honor.
All right. Cassandra Pog, William Camarillo, Joshua Leal.
Here you are.
Thank you. Christopher Sunuga. Am I pronouncing that correctly?
Suniga?
But it's with an S. Why is that a Z now?
Suniga.
Suniga. Okay. Christopher Suniga. I'm learning. We have Joel Singleton, Camis Galvan, Rock Chavez in custody, Isaiah Guerrera. Thank you. Rodney Patterson, Mark Anthony Sepeda, Ricardo Guzman, Annabelle Vea. And custody, David Garcia, Caleb Crum, Lisa Pryor, Sean Chrisman. I think that's probably going to be 11. Arturo Villanueva. All right, anyone who came in late or your name was not called? Yes. Okay, just give us a moment. Anyone else over here? Yes. Tevin Towns. All right, just give us a moment. We'll take that up. Okay. For those of you who don't work out your cases, you'll probably be brought back tomorrow for jury trial. These are the rules of the court. Criminal Trial Division files are over there. What does that box say? 227 District Court Monday on it. Okay, so hopefully we don't have the 227 files. And then on this side is family violence. it's flu season, it's pneumonia season, it's COVID season, it's leprosy season. So please keep your distance from people. And to the attorneys, if you'll just take your file sitting on the prosecutor's table, they'll call you in the order in which you'll appear. To my left is the court reporter. Do not lean on her desk. Do not touch any of her items because that equipment is very expensive. That equipment costs over $10,000. So if you damage it, you will have bought it. In the back is going to be the probation officer. Do not touch her desk. Do not lean on her desk. If you have someone who's in custody, yes, they need to be brought out. Just ask the deputies. Do not leave once you requested an inmate because for security reasons, the deputies can only bring out so many people. And if you request your inmate and you leave, you are being selfish. And we don't want to make this a selfish Monday. Do not approach the court coordinator for resets or continuances. I'm the only person who can give that to you. When we're on the record, if you have an inmate who is in the box, just ask the deputies, they will move them towards that end. Do not talk behind the court reporter when we're on the record. When you're ready to approach the court, just approach the clerk, ask them to pull a file, have a seat. I will call you in the order in which you'll appear. If your client does not wish to speak in the English language, yes, we need an interpreter, whether you speak their language or not. So again, just ask the coordinator, the clerk to call down an interpreter. And once that interpreter is requested, do not leave because we have a limited number of interpreters. So everyone, it's Monday. It's going to be a beautiful day. It's a day of new beginnings. So confer with kindness in your heart and a smile on your face. Everyone confer. So you all didn't have a trial? Okay. Okay. Yes. Tim. Alfonso Cabanos.
Yes.
No, you know what? It's not Orlando Castañón. Yes. All right. Well, we'll find out when that will be going. But Judge Angelini will most likely be trying that.
Yes. We ended up getting it.
Is this for me or do you go back?
Do you know, every day I get calls with people asking me to sell my home. And then I quote some ridiculous price and they act as though they're going to pay it.
Watch the last page, Mr. Villa, he's on the first row.
I'm sorry, who is it? All right.
He's on the first row.
All right, thank you. All right, why is he standing?
I'm looking into this.
Ah.
I'm gonna give him an answer.
All right, thank you so much.
Yes. Oh, Alan. Oh, you want to email it?
Yes.
Mr. Towns says that we request him to come back to the
So we don't have the file, do we? All right, if you could pull it for me, and then I'll talk to you. All right, thank you.
I'm not sure, I don't have the last. Sandra.
Well, we're supposed to reach out. Next we have coffee.
Yeah, I was looking at that. I think you had trouble. I had everything I looked at, I got, it's like, oh, there wasn't anything additional. We're gonna get them. Oh, sorry, forward. I don't know. I mean,
Really, this was referred, I haven't read back then, it was referred to that reporting on 15. I thought we were-
Had that bond.
Well, once you get that, here's what we can do about it.
like,
He says it's all in his phone.
Maybe it's official.
I don't know why the.
Looking that also open until that happens. Yeah.
I'm sorry, what did you say? Oh, that's okay. But you say it was closed, correct?
Yes, ma'am. I think it was close on 10 times.
All right, Mr. Towns, if you'll come forward. Hi.
Morning, how you doing?
Good morning. So who was your attorney?
Mr. Miller?
All right. So what ended up happening, because you are on pretrial diversion, your attorney was supposed to contact you and let you know whether or not you had accomplished everything and whether or not your case was dismissed.
Okay.
So the clerk is telling me that your case has been closed, which means that you're done with your case. All right. Do not come back here again unless you just come in to visit to say hi or come back for memories.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes, no problem.
All right. Congratulations. Good luck to you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Have a
All
good
right. You're welcome.
Ricardo Guzman. Christopher Siniga. Yes, Gara. Rodney Patterson. Mark Sepeda.
No problem.
Annabelle Vea.
Leganés is the first name. And.
David Vega. I think so. Last name. Yes.
Okay.
No problem. Yeah, well, on your documents today.
Really? I think Ruben like took the reins. Made it his own.
No, but not any. Is it fair to then say she's the state?
Yeah, no, if you look at the allegations, he'd done it previously in the military and already got involved.
No way.
All right, Arturo Villa.
You didn't type.
Just trying to get
All right, so my understanding is with regard to the immigration issues, you were going to address that with your client, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
So has that been taken care of?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, the next thing is with regards to discovery. Have you viewed all of that?
Just on Friday, Your Honor, but yes.
All right.
That's available.
All right, and State, did you give them an offer?
Yes, Judge.
Because your plea deadline date was on October 12th. And then it was stated that you needed some time to review the discovery.
I just, may I address the discovery
Sure.
issue, Your Honor? There's one video on there that keeps, I get maybe like it's 27 minutes, I believe, or
Mhm.
something. And looks like it's the officer's dash cam. And I get like 5 minutes in and then it keeps on buffering and I can't get past it. And that's
Right. State, do you have the officer's dash cam here with you today?
I'm not sure that I do, Judge. I don't think I've downloaded those videos, but
All right, can you look and see if you can give him the dash cam video? We can watch it in court today.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
other than that, we're ready, Your Honor.
All right, so I'll let you watch the dash cam today and then I'll call you back up.
Thank you.
And just let the clerk know when you're ready.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I talked to John Furman from the Veterans Court. He says that's not in this law.
Not soon. I just want to know, out of curiosity, if he's ever gotten LOR or not.
That I
It's like they're like different gradations of seriousness, but basically just, it's a form of formal. Well, no, yeah, definitely, but usually there's like a trail, like, oh, first this happened, then this, then you're discharged, dishonored.
think we got some members with, I think, Veterans Court.
Yeah, certainly they'll eventually be able to. But we'll keep.
All right,
until
so
that
I need
happens.
to, yes, tell the judge.
Yeah.
Should we set up for trial or?
It's up to you. I mean, we're happy to proceed on it if it doesn't get transferred or if you don't get that paperwork. So whatever you'd like.
Remember Carlton McMillan?
Yeah, sure, right.
Trinidad Velasquez.
He's on his way up.
All right,
Um,
does the judge want to wait till it gets there?
I say that's right.
Yes. Would you?
Okay, all right.
Oh, okay. Thanks. Oh, you want to talk to your client first and then we'll.
But she won't. I have to send her a message.
I'll talk to him.
Police. All right.
Isaías Guerra.
Two.
Where'd you find it? Yes. Indictment. Absolutely. You were correct, not him.
I get credit for that? No. What was the lucky number?
She said other. Information about Will.
He would not if he gets- That is true. Well, not for interest. You know, everything's gonna take nothing. But,
They're gonna say that you just, you said not to be in fascination.
And Deputy Laura, I've been walking. We're gonna turn into the healthiest court. I may bring cake for people, but I'm not gonna eat any.
Yeah, just okay. It's a verbal application. MTF, don't know if it's annualized, but he picks out.
Yes.
He lost his court. It was his mother, and then when they were.
Okay. All right, can I see the file on Carlton McMillan?
Bless you.
All right, Mr. McMillan?
Mr. McMillan, can you please come up?
All right, Mr. McMillan, it took us forever to get things done with your registration, which I still don't understand the red tape involving that. To me, you want to register, let him register. So you now know, I understand there was some confusion with you between what Michigan is saying and what Texas is saying.
Yes, ma'am.
Usually there's reciprocity. And if Michigan says you're supposed to register for this length of time, it's not supposed to continue in another state, because otherwise attorneys, when they're representing people, they would tell you, this is the length of time you register here, but if you travel here, you're gonna have to register for this time. So you'll need to speak to an attorney or speak with your attorney about what's happening with Michigan and whether or not you actually have to register here. But because you had this charge, make sure you're in compliance here and then let attorneys deal with any issues of registration. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Because if you fall out of registration, you're going to be right back here and you'll be in another court, potentially not this court, not with this prosecutor, not with this defense attorney. So make sure you get it done. All right.
Yes, ma'am.
And if you're planning on leaving Texas and going back with your sister, because I know she's flown down here before,
Yeah.
you need to make sure you register wherever you are and then have an attorney sort out whether you should or not. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Better be safe than sorry.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Good luck to you.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
this year.
If you get, I'll stick around.
So.
Are we having probation?
Yes, she's going to be a little bit late, but she will be here. Is there anything that you need to go forward on?
They're allegedly saying a bunch of emails and stuff on this guy.
Mhm.
Probably see what the emails say.
All right, just give us a moment. She will be here and we'll get that for you.
Like lifting them up and stuff, and the officer in the fish truck says, "You know, we agree, it's fine." He did have blood on his shirt. But not his own.
No, that's totally.
Think we're ready on this Velasquez.
Okay, friend. What's that? 5 years.
Trinidad Velasquez. All right. So, Mr. Velasquez, my understanding is there's some issue with the Veterans Treatment Court as far as the military service and whether or not they'll accept you. And my understanding is you're aware of that, correct?
I'm just aware that they're waiting for my discharge paperwork.
Judge.
But
I
wasn't that
spoke-
during boot camp?
I'm sorry.
Was it during boot camp
No,
or no?
No.
All right, just a moment then. I'm going to have Mr. Herman come down.
Uh,
Yes.
I spoke with his mom. He's bonding out today.
Mhm.
So he should have access to all of his paperwork that Mr. Herman needs.
Okay,
We know Mr. Herman needs his discharge paperwork,
all right,
which I haven't been able to get so far.
all
But
right.
he'll have easy access to it once he's released on bond.
All right, just give me a moment. Hi, John, it's Judge Boyd. Oh, all right. How are you doing this morning? Yes. Are you aware of Trinidad Velasquez? All right, so his attorney is telling me that he is going to be released from jail and that he'll be able to get that information to you. Is there a specific date? Hello? I got it. Bye. My mom. All right. Mr. Campos. Does he need an immigration attorney?
Actually, that would be great, yes, Your Honor.
All right, so Mr. Campos, you're not a citizen?
Yes.
He is not. This is his, he's just a little nervous today.
Okay, there's no need to be nervous. I need to ask you these questions. We're not on the record. You're not under oath. But the reason why I need to ask you these questions is so that we can figure out what you need so that you can have the representation that you need. So first thing, are you a US citizen?
No.
All right. So he needs an immigration attorney.
Yes, Your Honor.
Is there a immigration hold
Yes.
or ICE hold? Okay. Where are we on discovery?
Your Honor, it looks like at some point we had the CPS records. We did a notice of additional discovery for the CPS records.
Okay.
But as I look through the file here today, I can't find the CPS records. So I think we may need at least a setting to get those records. I've already drafted an email to my investigator to see if he can either find them here or re-request them so that we have them before doing this.
All right. Other than CPS records, is there anything else that's outstanding?
Your Honor, at this time, I believe that's the only additional discovery. However, there is an offer that's pending, but I conferred with the state and I should have one by our next setting.
All right. All right, so CPS records are needed and an offer is to be tendered. I'm going to recall this for November 27th. Mr. Campos, you may be here, you may be deported. I don't know what's happening on the other side with your immigration issues, and we'll have an immigration attorney appointed to you so that you'll know the consequences if you enter a plea into this case. Yes,
Question, Your Honor, would you like me to prepare a motion or just an order?
for the immigration attorney?
Yes.
Oh, we'll call Mac and they'll be able to get an immigration attorney for him. We'll actually see if one can be here for today. I don't know what happened with that. So what we'll do is we'll see if one is available for today. And if you want to wait in the courtroom, they should be coming down shortly
Okay,
because they'll ask him some questions.
okay, Your Honor, that's not.
All right.
And
Anything else?
after that, may we be excused?
Yes. Mr. Campos, do you have any questions about this process?
No.
All right. Just have a seat in the box and we'll have an immigration attorney come down.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. And Deputy Mahill, we'll try to get them down as quickly as possible.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Always good seeing you. Hi.
Hi, Judge, how are you?
All right, Trinidad Velasquez, can you raise your hand? He's right there in the box. And after you speak with him, if you can give me an idea of when to reset it. Thank you. And Adriana, are you able to call the MAC and tell them we need an immigration attorney brought down? All right, thank you. Yes, hi, good morning.
So he said that he did have no leg in the middle of
Okay,
214, which means I can assess him top of next week.
Okay.
As soon as I get it, as soon as the Thursday rolls around, I can staff it. So I would say that's
all right. So let me just see. So how about November 13th? Is that enough time?
Absolutely.
All right, Mr. Velasquez, if you can come down. All right, thank you. All right, your reset date is going to be November 13th. Council, if you'll have him sign that. And so you need to make sure you're here. Conditions still stand. You are not to have contact with the complainant. Do you understand?
Yes.
If you have contact with the complainant, what's going to end up happening is you may end up back in jail. Okay?
Judge, he's under full house arrest right now. So.
Well, I mean, phone, you can't call. Sometimes people end up with contact. GPS hasn't stopped people.
Okay. Yeah, let me take the suit. Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for coming
You're
down.
welcome. I'll see you.
All right.
Thank you. Okay.
Ricardo Guzman, William Camarillo, Christopher Zuniga, Isaiah Gara, Rodney Patterson, Annabelle Vela, Lisa Pryor. Where? All right, you need to be on the front row. John Chrisman. Yes.
Joshua, yeah, we have an agreement.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
We've got to run to 4. And then
All right. Have they done the paperwork?
that's, he's
Okay.
working on that. So.
All right. Thank you.
Approach.
Yes.
Morning. Judge, we have Mark Sepeda. It's on the docket today.
Mhm.
We've conferred and I think we have all of our discovery except for the breath records.
Oh, I need to have a file pull.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No problem.
You don't have my case on your desk, Judge?
No, you have to ask the clerk to pull it. Yeah,
I'm sorry.
no problem.
So. Yeah, Sepeda
Page 7.
should be on. Yes. Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mark Anthony Sepeda, come forward. Good morning. All right, so on this case, counsel, you say you have all the discovery?
Judge, I think I need to get the Intoxilizer 9000 records. I don't have those yet. I'm going to request those.
All right, when is that going to be done?
I'll get it done this week.
Okay. And state, did you tender an offer?
No, for you.
Yes, they did, Your Honor.
Okay.
Department did.
All right, so I'm gonna set you for November 13th. That's gonna be your plea deadline date. And once I give you the reset form and you sign it, you are excused.
Judge, I did have one other issue.
Yes.
My client is on interlock and scram and.
Well, why is he on both?
Well, he had a lockout early on, I think, on the interlock, so they recommended putting on the scram, which I think has been on for 60 days now without any sort of violation. So I would really ask the court look at, I can file a motion if you need, but I'd like to get the scram removed.
Yes,
Sure.
if you will file the motion and we'll hear it as soon as the motion is filed.
Sure.
All right. Once he signs this, just turn it back into the clerk and you are excused.
Great. Thank
All
you.
right, thank
Good
you.
day.
Thank you.
You too. Thanks for dressing appropriately for court. I appreciate that.
And
All right,
have a nice week.
you too. Ricardo Guzman. William Camarillo. Christopher Suniga. Isaiah Gara. Rodney Patterson. Annabelle Vela. Sean Chrisman. Who's here on Brian Hamilton? Right. Hello. Hi, are you all here with?
The map, yes.
Yes.
sir.
The person who needs the interpreter is the gentleman with the beard.
Okay.
He's a Spanish speaker.
Okay, are you comfortable? Yeah, okay.
All right. He's on the end. Is that correct, Deputy Laura?
Yes.
Yes.
Is this attorney present, Your Honor?
Where did his attorney go? Yes.
I don't know who she is.
All right. She knows that she's, it's not Julie Pollock, I don't think. She knows, yes, she knows that you're coming to speak with him about immigration matters. And he was informed with the interpreter present that someone would speak to him about his immigration issues.
She does not have an immigration attorney. I brought Ms. Camara because she's a Spanish speaker, but she's our mental health attorney. We've
Ah.
been recommending all immigration clients go to the public defender's office right now until we fill that position.
Okay.
So that's Sarah May with the public defender's office. She normally takes a few days to draft, and I'm really sorry about that. But
That's okay. If you could call.
just because the comment came from, we had to do a lot of crossover with immigration. So
Okay.
I can have like a basic opinion for him, not knowing anything about the specifics of the state. But
All right. Well, I think based upon his charges, is deportable. So if you'll speak, because he has a family violence case with the child. So there we are. All right, thank you. All right, we're going to go on the record. Court is calling 2016 CR 5506W State of Texas versus Brian Heath Hamilton. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Daniel Escobar for the state of Texas.
Defense?
Ron Ross for defense.
And are you Mr. Hamilton?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to show you what's entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Are you the same Brian Heath Hamilton who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2016 CR 5506W for the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, less than 1 gram, on September 6, 2017 for a period of 6 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
State?
Violated condition number 32 on or about the 22nd day of August 2023 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, Brian Heath Hamilton, who then and there failed to obtain high school diploma / GED as instructed by the court in violation of condition number 32.
How do you plead to that? True or not true? He's looking at you for an answer. I'm sorry?
True.
Yes.
Your Honor, state waives all the violations.
All right. So why are you all only proceeding on that one violation?
Judge, because I was checking into the violation of condition number 1. I couldn't pull up anything on e-discovery. It wasn't agreeing with me. So I didn't want him to plead true to something that I didn't know if we had drug results back on.
All right. Any objections to the waiving of the other allegations?
No objections, Judge.
Mr. Hamilton, did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition 32, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to $10,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 32?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violation of 32 true. Is there an agreement?
Yes, Your Honor, it's for revocation and 2 years in the state jail facility. And the state's going to take into consideration night mag number 726-374.
726?
374, Judge.
All right. Is that the agreement?
It is, Judge.
Mr. Hamilton, are you asking the court to follow that agreement?
I am.
Are you waiving your right to appeal?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, the court will follow your agreement. The court will grant the motion, find you guilty, revoke, sentence you to 2 years in the state jail facility, give you credit for any time served, take in consideration night mag number 726-374. Is there anything else with regards to sentencing?
That's all, Judge. I was told he's got 123 days credit.
All right. Showing you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Counsel, if you'll come around. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it? Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand? Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question of what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand? All right, we can go off the record. How old are you?
42.
All right, I see your tattoos. I know what they mean. Here's the thing. You're 42 years old. You're getting to the point in your life where, like me, you're about to be in the twilight of your life. You're going to have to ask yourself whether or not you want to spend the remainder of the time you have on this planet in and out of somebody's jail, in and out of somebody's prison. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have children?
Yes, ma'am.
How many?
3,
What are their ages?
24, 19, she just turned 19 and 16-year-old.
I'm sure they would love to have you in their life if you're going to come in their life and be a great human being. If you have no plans to be a great human being, don't come in and disrupt what they have going on. You understand? All right. You say for sure, but people will go to the jail, and then the next thing you know, they want to be on their children's doorstep and they want to be a parent, and the children are like, I don't know you. Why are you here trying to parent me? So change your life. All right. Good luck to you. Did that neck tattoo hurt though? A little bit. I know it was painful. All right. Good luck to you.
Judge, this is Twilight.
That's Twilight. Okay. I'm sorry, Adriana, could I have that file back? To write this down. Are you all ready? The Mac? All right. Hello. Hi.
So I did explain to him that because of the offense that he has pending right now, that he is deportable. That anything he takes in terms of finding himself guilty, including deferred, could result in a deportable offense. He's here on a work visa, and so there's no sort of out that he could have. It's gonna be deportable. He doesn't know if ICE has a hold on him right now. I'm not sure either.
All right, so I was informed that ICE did have a hold on him.
Yeah, so then, yeah, he's already in the proceeding, so anything he takes, and he understands that absent a dismissal or a not guilty, and even then, that he could still be deported.
All right, so this case is coming back on November 27th. So everything should be done by then, as far as a letter.
Well, that we would advise that Sarah May draft the letter, because again, that's not either of our area of expertise.
Yes.
But we can certainly reach out to Sarah May, and I'll make sure we have the case information. And we'll do that, and we'll reach out to the lead attorney as well and just link them up. And I would imagine she can get it by then. I certainly don't want to speak for
Yeah.
her office, but she's normally been very fast.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you for coming down.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
John Bueno. John Henry Bueno. All right. Have you had a chance to review things?
I did, Judge. I need to get copies of the emails they've alleged that he sent to look at them, and probation's telling me they need the judge to approve it to get into the.
All right, where are the emails?
Probation has them.
All right, no. I mean, they could probably pull them right now.
I don't know. She just said I had to get a permission from the judge to get them.
Oh, no. Once she comes back, I'm gonna ask her to pull them and you'll get
All
a
right.
chance to see them today.
Perfect.
All right, just have a seat.
Yes, ma'am.
Deputy Laura, they say if you attend the Bexar County Health Fair, you'll receive a free 1-month pass from B-Cycle. More people riding on the sidewalk. Good morning. Ricardo Guzman?
Good morning.
Yes.
He's been a fugitive for quite some time,
Okay.
and I have not been able to locate him.
Oh, no problem. Adriana? Has there been a bond forfeiture on each of Mr. Guzman's cases? All right, thank you. Do you need the files? We'll see where we are. But we do have him listed as a fugitive as well.
Also in county court, Judge.
Okay. So how you been doing?
Day at a time. One day at a time.
Oh, yes. Are you still doing the oatmeal?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yes. And see, I love oatmeal.
Yeah, I don't have any issues with that at all. None.
That is so
It's
awesome.
just- And you grow to love it.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's a staple. Yeah.
Yeah, so I've been doing the oatmeal and walking more, which I feel so much better when I get my walk in.
And I wasn't able to do anything for a couple of months, but I'm back to where I can. I noticed a big difference. Yeah.
We'll start off slow.
Just walking,
Mhm.
amazing.
Yes, it is. And the air is so, it smells so crisp.
Yeah.
I love this time of year because you sort of can smell football in the air.
It was a brutal summer, and so I welcome this.
Oh, gosh, yes. So it's been great. So,
I'm just crossing my fingers for the winter.
yeah. My mom thinks we may have a rough winter. We'll see.
My mother tells me the same thing,
Mhm.
so. Good to see you.
I hope there's no snow.
Me too.
Okay, we're gonna see if both of these, let's see. Oh, which one do we not have? All right, so we'll have to do that one. Could I see both files then? And can you tell me on an unauthorized use, is he on a PR bond? All right. Could I have a prosecutor? Court is calling 2023 CR 8269, State of Texas versus Ricardo Guzman. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Hank Wilkins for the state, Your Honor.
Defense?
Alma Benavides.
All right.
Alma Benavides.
All right, this hearing was scheduled at 9 a.m. and it's now 10:09 a.m. Deputy Laura, has Mr. Guzman appeared?
No, Your Honor, he has not.
All right. Do you know where your client is?
No, Judge. I've never been able to make contact with him.
Right, state?
Your Honor, state asked for bond forfeiture.
So the court will issue a judge's warrant and remand your client without bond. If your client makes an appearance, the court will reconsider. All right, thank you. Have a great day.
You too. Thank you, Judge.
Sure, bye-bye.
No, she can stick it back up there on Bueno. I just got,
Right, did you receive the emails?
they told me I have to subpoena one.
All right. Ms. Abrams, does he need to subpoena the records?
For emails, yes, ma'am.
All right, so when are you going to get that done?
I'll go request it today, but it's still gotta be served by the sheriff and get it all out. So give me a couple of weeks, I guess.
Ms. Abrams, will you all accept subpoena by email?
I think we can make email work.
All right, so they'll accept the subpoena by an email.
I'll just send it to our general counsel as soon as we receive it.
Okay, give me your email address then. And I will go get it issued and emailed to her.
All right, John Bueno. If you'll come forward. All right, Mr. Bueno, we're going to recall your case for next week. We're recalling it for the 23rd.
Okay, yes, ma'am.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank
ma'am.
you.
Have
You're
a good day.
welcome. You too.
Rudy.
Arturo Villanueva. All right, so have you had a chance to review the video?
I just got it on the CD, Your Honor. I wasn't prepared to. There was one that I couldn't get it on. There was one that I could say had 5 minutes and then it buffered. But I mean.
Have
if
you
the court
checked to
wants an
see if the,
announcement-
have you checked to see if the DVD is working?
Which DVD, Your Honor?
I mean, the CD that you're holding in your hand.
No, I have not. I don't have a computer with me right now. Your Honor.
All right, can you let him see if that's working or not?
Sure.
All right, so we're gonna come back on October 23rd. Could I have a reset form? And that's gonna be your plea deadline date. The court is not gonna extend the plea deadline date any further.
Thank you.
And counsel, make sure that's working before you leave today.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Once you sign that, you are excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. No problem. Sure. Rudy Gonzalez.
Yes, Judge.
Yes.
I'm present.
Happy Bosses Day, what? This is so awesome. And I'm trying to diet and she's bringing me Tiff Street. Okay, today is an exception. Oh, this is so awesome. You guys are too great. And of course I will share. I didn't even know what. I didn't even know today was Bosses Today. No, nobody tells me. But, oh. Okay, now I'm in an exceptionally good mood. All right. So an offer was tendered. Where are we on this case?
Judge, it's my understanding, Mr. Gonzalez has brought to my attention that his mother is in the process of retaining Tony Gonzalez. Tony.
I was gonna, I feel like my attorney is, she's helping.
No. So let's time out. Because if you're going to start with, I feel my attorney is, and then say something that is not nice.
I was gonna say nothing like that. I was gonna say, I wanna dismiss my counsel and hire a new attorney. Okay,
All right, so today we're here for a plea deadline date.
I'm gonna take it to trial.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna take it to trial.
Okay. All right, well, I tell you what we'll do. We're going to recall you back tomorrow for your jury trial. And so whatever attorney you have, you need to let them know that you're going to trial tomorrow. You understand? State, on Rudy Gonzalez, this is an unauthorized use. Should this take 1 day for trial?
I think so, Judge. Can you give me one moment?
Sure. Could I have a reset form, please? I think if we pick a jury, then this should be done fairly quickly. Will Mr. Cox be joining you?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Judge, I don't know if the information that he's providing, I haven't.
I don't even know what's going on. Fully, like, I haven't been able to. What's going on with my case?
Oh, well, she's here. You want to speak with her?
Oh, may I have a conversation with her?
Sure.
Back to this, please.
Sure.
Thank you.
He wants to have a conversation with you.
Okay.
And then just approach.
But if I can approach off the record.
Yes. So I've been informed that the entire staff, you guys are so awesome. Although Deputy Mahia, you still haven't watched Ken Porsche. But this is so fabulous. Flowers and dessert. I am on, the bridge is like, I thought you were on a diet. I am on a diet, but they told me that I can not follow that. She says they're sugar-free, gluten-free. But this is so awesome. Norma, I know who put in there the helpful judge. Somebody said, Vashon, it says, thanks for being an incredible boss and a helpful judge. That's an inside joke for us, the helpful judge. Oh my goodness. You guys are so awesome. You make my work very easy.
Not doing those problems. You still have that screen up? Probably not. Oh, how many
Yes.
days was it?
Sure.
106.
So right now, if you want to do some of the 5 days, if you can because on the 26th, then do some of the letter. If you have if you want to make any rule in this.
Thanks. Cool. Okay, I will. All right, I will let them know. Oh, yeah, yes, I'm gonna go do that right now. Okay, I'm gonna make it happen. Yes. Okay, will do. Bye-bye.
An immigration lawyer.
So to the staff, mom says, thank them for taking care of her baby. So even though I'm in the twilight of my life, I'm still a baby to mom.
Yeah, and I didn't want to excuse her without talking to you. No. I don't want to wait. Immigration change, right?
Oh, and Natasha, they said they brought somebody down and they talked to him.
Okay, perfect.
But they said it's going to be the public defender's office.
Because we haven't hired anybody yet.
All right. So Norma, find out what's her time frame, because if her time frame is going to be long, because I think ICE is going to come take him very quickly. See if Teresa Coes Dobler is available to do it, because she usually does it very quickly as well.
Yeah.
And everyone just give me 5 minutes.
I'm gonna.
Make sure.
Think who you'd like from them. Just
All right, Joel Singleton.
President ready, Your Honor.
Is that what we played a recorder? What we played in school? Do they still make children play recorder?
Yes.
I was awesome on the recorder. I could have taken my career to great heights on that recorder. Yes. All right, how do you pronounce your first name?
Joel.
Joel.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, counsel, where are we on these cases?
Your Honor, this is the first setting. We have an offer from the state. I've communicated that to my client. We've made a counteroffer, but we cannot agree on an amount. We're gonna need to do some investigation. I need to make a motion to get an investigator, and we will proceed with the matter from here on.
All right, so do you have all of the discovery?
I believe I have everything that's here and I can sign off on that, but I do need an investigator to check on some things that my client has informed me of, some possible videos at some locations, and we need to check to see if there are any.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, on this case, if you can give me a 30-day, that'll just be a regular reset. We're going to see where we are. And then when we come back, the next setting I give you is going to be a plea deadline date. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. All right, we'll be back on November 14th.
Thank you, Judge.
Do you have any questions about anything, Mr. Singleton?
No, no.
All right, thank you.
Have excused, Your Honor.
Yes.
Thank you. Sorry. Oh, wow, that's so true. Tons of things. Tons of it.
Nice. Norma, did you say November 14th? Okay. Yes. Yes, just give me one moment. Let me write this down. Yes, counsel.
I just have a question.
Yes.
On Mr. Gonzalez.
Yes.
I am going to file a motion for competency on Mr. Rudy Gonzalez.
Okay.
But also, I spoke to the state and we just have a question. Will the court order a mental health?
Oh, we can.
To see if he qualifies for the mental health.
Ms. Ferguson, on Rudy Gonzalez, if we can forward an evaluation with mental health court, and then we'll recall him on a different date then because you have the competency issue.
Okay.
Okay. All right, so we'll recall it for November 30th. Ms. Ferguson will give you the reset form, and if you can make sure that mental health court gets the ball rolling.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, David.
Davis, yes, that's correct.
Davis Villegas. All right, this is family violence. Motion to revoke.
There's only a single allegation.
And you're over here.
Thanks, Judge.
You're welcome. Court is calling 2021 CR 2745, State of Texas versus Davis Alexander Villegas. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Travis Banks, the state of Texas.
Defense,
Pat Montgomery for the defense.
are you Davis Alexander Villegas?
Yes, Your Honor.
Going to show you what's entitled motion to revoke community supervision. Did you review that with your attorney?
Yes,
Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you the same Davis Alexander Villegas who was placed on community supervision in 2021 CR 2745 for the offense of assault, bodily injury, married cohabitation on April 11, 2022 for a term of 2 years? Is that you?
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
State?
Violate condition number 42 on or about the 18th day of August 2023 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant Davis Alexander Villegas, defendant there failed to participate in the lifetime recovery treatment program in violation of condition number 42.
How do you plead to that, true or not true? Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 42, the court could find it true, grant the motion, sentence you up to 1 year in the Bexar County Jail, up to a $750 fine? Did you understand?
I understand, Your Honor.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition 42?
It's true.
Court will find violation of condition number 42 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
There's no agreement between the state and defense. The state is recommending the underlying sentence be imposed.
All right, defense, what are you requesting?
Your Honor, if the underlying sentence is to be imposed, Mr. Villegas has 106 days credit. In this case, he was a fugitive. He walked away from lifetime recovery. He did so in the midst of a severe panic attack. In fact, his psychiatric issues are well known and well documented. His family was at wit's end. They'd done everything they could to support him. They had a bit of an intervention. Three of them are here today, and by proffer, I tell you this. They had a bit of an intervention, and they told Mr. Villegas, we will help you. We will come back into your life and back you up every darned way we can, but we're not going to do it as long as you have a warrant. They put him in an Uber, and the man drove an Uber to Bexar County Jail and turned himself in, decided to put himself on the right track. Judge, when he left lifetime recovery in his panic attack, he had genuine subjective fears for his safety and his mental condition. He was at the tail end of a methamphetamine spiral. He went directly to the Center for Healthcare Services Crisis Center. They couldn't take him because he couldn't prove who he was. He had no ID. He went to Laurel Ridge. They couldn't take him because he didn't have proof who he was. He had no ID. Judge, since he's been on probation, he's taken the BIP class, which was I think the court told him it was probably one of the most important parts of probation. He's had some reports. He's had some negative UAs. He's had some missed UAs. He's had a prior motion to revoke. What Mr. Villegas and his family are asking you to do is revoke the probation. Consider the fact that he has 106 days in and satisfy the judgment, allowing them to get him into the private medical community instead of being treated through, as probation recommends, the dual diagnosis residential facility. To that end, the last thing I'd tell you is by way of allocution, my client, who is not, I won't say he's not well-spoken, but he's not a lawyer. He, rather than stammer to the court, he's written, and I've already given to the prosecutor his story. I'd ask.
No objection.
Right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So did he successfully complete the BIP course?
I'm told that he did. I would invite verification from probation.
Probation on David Villegas. Can you tell me whether or not he completed the BIP course?
Yes, ma'am. Give me 1 moment.
The state has the court summary and it might,
Your Honor, according to the court summary there, it does say that he completed it. I guess it's different tracks and there's multiple completion dates.
All righty. And has there been any violation of this no harmful contact with Hannah Barnes?
again, Your Honor, so far as I know, no.
There's no allegation of that. Your Honor.
All right. You want to call one of his relatives to testify?
Sure. Have a hand going up. Of the three of them, one has volunteered.
All right. You'll need to step over there. So. Good afternoon. Can you state your name, please?
My name is Amanda Villegas.
All right, Ms. Villegas, can you raise your right hand for me? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right, you can lower your hand. What is your relationship to Davis?
I'm his older sister.
So counsel has informed the court about you all placing him in an Uber.
Yes, ma'am.
What's been going on with him?
I think there's just been a lot of grief since my dad passed away. It's been hard. And I think the lack of support at the time that we had, it was just me and my brother. And so I think now that we have a lot more community around us, my mom's in our life again, and she has a wonderful husband. And that alone has helped my brother so much in wanting to be a better father and to be a better brother and better son and to make my dad proud.
All right. So with regards to this case, what is the plan with Davis?
So we, as a family, we live together. Our goal is to help him either get his GED, to help him find a job so he can be a productive member of society. We do want to see him get some therapy so that way he can deal with the issues that he's had that have been, affecting him in his life.
All right, when you say we live together, does that mean that he is living with you all?
That is correct.
Right, and who's all in the household?
It's me, my mom, and her husband.
Any children in the household?
No, ma'am.
Do you know what's happening with Hannah Barnes?
No, I do not.
Counsel, any questions?
Tell the judge who else is here with you,
Yeah, my mom and her husband are here with me today.
the folks we've been talking
Hi,
about.
okay.
Just so you know. And by proffer, they would tell you pretty much the same thing.
All right, so if he's not taking his medications, what is the plan?
Honestly, Judge, I'm a big advocate for just helping keep his mind, body, and soul right. We go when we work out, we try to do things like eat right, we spend time with our family, and I think those things alone do help in helping with, his issues.
Right. So any further questions, defense?
Nothing from me, Judge.
State any questions?
No questions, Your Honor.
All right, thank you for
Sorry.
coming down. All right,
I believe that you would hear the same thing from the defendant's mother, perhaps more teary-eyed.
Okay.
And I don't think it would benefit the court.
all right.
It has been confirmed he did.
Right. So based upon the length of time you've been on probation, the court is going to grant the motion to revoke. So you are going to be revoked. The only question is, how much time do I give you? When I look at probation cases, I want to know, 1, did you complete any conditions? 2, have you picked up any new cases? 3, have you not harmed a complainant? And the fact that in here it says no harmful or injurious contact with Hannah Barnes. Let me see if I ordered something different. Yeah, I ordered a no contact with her. So can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, you can lower your hand. State your name for the record.
Davis Alexander Villegas.
All right, when's the last time you seen Hannah Barnes?
Over 2 years ago.
So there's no plan to continue to be with her?
No, ma'am, I haven't seen her in over 2 years.
All right, who's at the gate? Oh, that's his client. Sorry. All right, and how much time do you have in at the jail?
I think they told me 106 days, Judge. I know it was over 100. I don't remember if it was 106 or 108 because my mind became foggy.
Well, part of sentencing, part of it is punishment. You understand? All right, this is what the court is going to do. Court is finding violation of condition number 42 true. Court will revoke. There's an affirmative finding of family violence, give you credit for any time served, and the court will sentence you to 110 days in the Bexar County Jail. Going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, John.
You have a limited right to appeal. That right to appeal is asked to the allegations in the motion, not the fact that you are on probation. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Because this is an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. And I know they give them 2 for 1.
I thought that since he's wearing orange, that's going to be the case.
So you'll probably be out sometime later today.
Your Honor.
So it'll probably be midnight. You know how we're off the record. You know how the jail is. So it'll probably be midnight.
I'll make sure everybody's on standby. May we be excused, Your Honor?
Yes, you may be excused. You're going to have to do better.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Good luck to you. Okay.
Take care of yourself, Judge.
Thank you.
Happy bosses day.
Oh, thank you so much. Elsa Herrera.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, you're welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning. All right, the court is calling 2022 CR 10343, State of Texas versus Alisa Marie Herrera. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Daniel Escobar from the state of Texas.
Defense?
Lindsay Shaw for Ms. Herrera.
And are you Ms. Herrera?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm going to show you what's entitled Motion to Revoke Community Supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
Are you the same Alisa Marie Herrera who's placed on community supervision and cause number 2022 CR 10343 for the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, 4 grams to 200 grams on December 20th, 2022 for a term of 8 years? Is that you? All right, I'm gonna need you to make sure you speak up.
Yes, ma'am. Sorry.
State.
Violated condition number 4 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, Alisa Marie Herrera, did then and there fail to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of January, February, March, and April 2023 in violation of condition number 4.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
It's true.
Your Honor, state waives all the violations.
Any objections?
No, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 4, the court could find it true, grant the motion, and sentence you up to 8 years in prison and up to $1,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 4?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violation of condition number 4 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
Your Honor, there's not. The state's going to recommend 4 years TDC.
And Judge, I'll first start off by saying Ms. Herrera has written a letter to Your Honor. She wanted Your Honor to read that letter. And
Any
then,
objection to the court reading the letter?
No, Your Honor.
All right, just give me a moment. Okay, I have read the letter.
So Judge, Ms. Herrera comes here today, not with excuses. She understands that it's a mistake to not have reported. But she has explanations. She'll tell the court that she has been gainfully employed for 7 months. She's a waitress at the Cameron Calado Seafood and Grill. She has a 3-month-old daughter with her husband. And she also recently learned through her husband's brother that her husband has been diagnosed with prostate cancer. And again, back to, she understands there's no excuse for why she didn't report. However, she explained to me that a month before she began this probation in September of 22, she was present in a house where 2 of her friends were murdered in front of her. I think the charges as far as what happened with whoever did that to her friends has gone unresolved. But because of that, she suffers from PTSD, and that was a reason why she struggled to report to probation, why she struggled to do what she's supposed to do. She's tried to better herself by having gainful employment. She's had a daughter, and she's just asking this court to give her another chance at some form of terms of probation that would allow her to be released from prison or from jail and do some sort of, what we're asking is for outpatient treatment with whatever kind of conditions and classes the court would want to order her to do. She's made it abundantly clear to me that she would be willing to have a GPS monitor. And she would like a chance to prove to this court that even though she's made mistakes by not reporting, she would like a second chance to get out of jail, be with her 3-month-old daughter, and be supportive of her husband. So we're asking that you deny the state's motion and give her an opportunity to have some form of outpatient treatment with whatever classes the court feels is appropriate.
All right, I have some questions. Can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand. So during this time frame where you said you were in a house and your friends were murdered,
Yes, ma'am.
was your daughter born?
No.
So you were pregnant?
Yes,
All right.
that's why I got the PTSD. It made me more crazier because we were just hanging out and it happened right there at the Washington Courts Hotel. I was visiting my friend. His name's Robbie Jackson, and they came and knocked on his door after we were just eating, and they literally just shot him right in front of me. He died in my arms.
Why were you at that hotel?
Because I was visiting him.
And where was your husband?
My husband wasn't here at the time. He was in Washington. He's from Washington, DC.
Mhm.
Yes, ma'am.
So how often were you using while you were not reporting?
I wasn't using that.
I find that hard to believe. And let me just tell you why I find that hard to believe. And I'm going to tell you something right now.
Yes, ma'am.
The whole outpatient thing, I'm not going to allow that if I continue you, because I had already tried intensive outpatient treatment with you.
Yes, ma'am.
What have you done on probation that would warrant me continuing you on probation? Have you done anything?
No, ma'am.
Why
That's
not?
I'm asking for reinstatement
No. Why have you done nothing?
because it messed me up so to the point where I didn't even want to come outside my house.
When did this happen?
It happened in September 29th of last year.
So,
Before my probation,
all right.
right before I got on it. Yes, ma'am.
So why didn't you say anything to probation that you have, this issue going on? Because in this court,
Yes, ma'am.
your attorney will tell you, the state will tell you. I always ask people, what is it you need? Do you need anything?
Yes, ma'am.
And you said nothing, because if you would have said something, we would have done something.
Yes, ma'am. It's because they made it seem like it was a robbery gone wrong. And to this day, they haven't found the person that. had
No,
killed
I'm
and
talking, what does that have to do?
It just messed me up. I'm sorry.
No, but why didn't you
I know it was.
tell us that? I mean, we don't have crystal balls. We can't read
No, I know, I understand.
and discover what's going on in people's life.
Yes, ma'am. I understand.
Any questions?
None for the state.
Probation,
Yes, John.
what are you recommending? It is Alisa Marie Herrera.
We considered no new charges with preparation.
We would recommend felony drug court with SATIF. You could do a felony drug court referral and then SATIF 120 to 180 days, followed by the aftercare.
All right. So here are your choices.
Okay.
I think you have a drug problem. I know you have a drug problem because I wouldn't have ordered what I ordered if you did not have a drug problem. We have a 3-month-old involved. And I have to look at things globally, state. And if I were to send her to prison for 4 years, she will be out. That 3-year-old would still be in a vulnerable state because the 3-year-old would at most maybe be 2 or 3 years old. Having someone who has a drug problem who now is telling me she has mental health problems as well, looking at after the child and being around people who would be in a situation, which I'm not blaming the complainant, but it's odd that you're at a hotel with some friends. The father of your child is from Washington. Somebody just knocks on a hotel room door and comes in and shoots, you say 2 of your friends, but they do not shoot you.
Yeah, that's what I
That's
didn't
odd.
understand either.
No, that
Right.
means that there may be something else going on that should not have been going on at the hotel. Your friends, are they from San Antonio?
Yes, ma'am. It happened right there at the Washington court on
So-
Commerce, West Commerce.
That's what I'm saying. You have 2 friends who are from San Antonio who are at a hotel. You're at a hotel with them.
Yes,
Somebody knocks on the door and they kill your 2 friends, but they do nothing with you.
How do you think I saw?
No, I mean, I want you to
No,
see
I
where I'm going with this.
understand. No, I don't get it. either
Here's the
at all.
thing. That means that there was something going on at that hotel room, possibly, that should not be going on. Because there's no way somebody's knocking at a door of a hotel room where your 2 friends who are from San Antonio are living at the hotel and you're visiting them. There's something else going on. And I'm not going to do a lot of unpacking of that situation. I could, but I'm not, because maybe there's a pending case somewhere. So I'll deny the motion. I'm finding violation of condition number 4 true. I'm going to alternate amend conditions to include a referral to felony drug court. If not accepted, then probation. We can try SATIF. And if SATIF doesn't accept her, she's going to safety. And there's to be no unsupervised contact with minors. So that includes your 3-month-old. You're going to need to make sure that there's somebody there who is responsible. And you're supposed to be residing with your mother.
Yes, ma'am. My mom lives right there in Athens, Texas. That's why. So I moved over here to San Antonio, Texas.
Yeah. She's to reside with her mother when she leaves here. You're going to be residing with your mother if your mother allows it.
Okay, yes, ma'am.
And if you would have been in Atkins, Texas, like you were supposed to be, you probably wouldn't have been in this situation. Your mother has rules for you. You need to follow those. Do you understand?
Yes.
And we're going to order parenting classes. Ms. Abrams, is there anything else she needs? Do we need to do GPS upon release?
I would put off on the GPS until we get the referral, and if she's not accepted, then I would hold off on.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else you need from this court to be successful? All right. And Bashan, go ahead and do a mental health evaluation as well. All right. From here on out, you better start doing better. Otherwise, you're looking at 8 years in prison and your child will see you when they're 8. Do you understand? All right. Good luck to you.
Have a seat.
Joshua Leal.
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. And probation, this is an application.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, court is calling 2023 CR 7826, State of Texas versus Joshua Leal. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Daniel Escobar for the state of Texas.
Defense?
Amir Memorial, Your Honor.
Are you Joshua Leal?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, have you received all the discovery and did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Leal, I'm going to show you what's entitled application for deferred adjudication. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Going to show you what's entitled true bill of indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
We are, Judge.
Mr. Leal, I'm going to show you what's entitled court admonishments. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you're charged by indictment with possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, less than grand? That's a state jail felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility
Yes,
and
Your
up to a $10,000 fine.
Yes, Your Honor.
If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court doesn't follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you enter a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty, sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
He has, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I believe so, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I believe so, Your Honor.
Mr. Leal, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Anyone promise you anything other than the plea? The way you've been represented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you a U.S. citizen has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial? Showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea, there's a $500 fine. State recommends deferred adjudication. They're taking in consideration NIMAG number 713090, County Court cause number 715608. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
State?
Yes, Judge.
Showing you the waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, are there any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Outside the agreement, the state is requesting that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 2 years. There be a TAP evaluation, 100 hours of community service restitution, no contact with Joshua Daniel Gomez and the Academy Sports at 7523 Northwest Loop 410, San Antonio, Texas, 78245. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No.
State any evidence?
State offer, state exhibit 1 in all attachments.
All right, state, you may continue to.
No objection.
showing you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places? Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Judge, we respectfully ask the court to follow the plea bargain, Your Honor.
All right, are you employed?
Right now, no.
So how are you supporting yourself?
I live with my mother,
How old are you?
27,
Do you have any children?
1,
Age?
4.
And where is the 4-year-old?
She lives with her mother.
So who is Joshua Gomez to you?
I don't know. There's nothing to me.
Well, why are you following him?
I don't know this guy.
Well, no, in the police report, it says you followed him from the apartment complex to the sports academy. So why are you following this person?
I believe he was following me, and that's why I followed him. I didn't really know him.
So you believe somebody is following you, so you follow them?
Yes, that's why.
How much drugs had you used that day?
How much drugs?
Yes. Had you used that day? You had meth in your vehicle.
Yeah, I only had like
What?
less than a gram.
No. I know there's less than a gram remaining. Are you telling me on that day you had not used any drugs?
No, I did.
All right. So what were you using that day?
Meth.
All right. When's the last time you used meth? And before you answer me, here's the thing. Your attorney and the state have come to an agreement that you're to receive deferred adjudication.
Yes, ma'am.
You need to be honest with me. Now is not the time to pretend. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So when's the last time you used meth? And before you answer, you are going to get drug tested today. So be honest.
I used yesterday.
Yesterday?
Yes, I did.
How often are you using?
Say every once in a while,
What is every once in a while?
week or so,
How often?
like a week or so.
Are you saying you use every week?
No, not every week. I don't use all the time. I don't use all the time. I
All
don't.
right. So how are you getting money to pay for meth? Because usually marijuana, people will do the puff pass, but at some point in time, people start charging you. And usually for meth, they charge.
Right.
This is not from any personal experience. This is just what I know from reading.
Yes, ma'am. I get money from the plasma. I'll go donate plasma.
So I want you to know where you are right now. Where you are right now is you're 27-year-old, living with your mother, selling your blood for drugs. We're going to try to get you help, but whether or not you accept it is completely up to you.
Yes,
You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. This is what the court will do. Court's going to sentence you to 2 years deferred adjudication. I'm going to want a referral to felony drug court, TAP evaluation, 90 sober meetings in 90 days, If felony drug court doesn't accept him, you're going to follow all recommendations of TAP eval. So if TAP says that you need to be in inpatient treatment, you're going into inpatient treatment. And I know people don't want to do inpatient treatment. People always say, I can do it myself, but you can't do it yourself, because if you could, you wouldn't be here. So everything that I'm giving you while you're on probation, it's hopefully to help you improve yourself where you can be a good parent to your 4-year-old. You understand? So follow recommendations of TAP. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Regular UAs until accepted in felony drug court, or there's an inpatient treatment recommendation. If TAP doesn't recommend inpatient treatment and if felony drug court doesn't accept him, then I'm going to want the UA hotline. There's to be parenting classes. No contact with Joshua Daniel Gomez or the Academy Sports at 7523 Northwest Loop 410 78245. There's to be 100 hours of community service restitution. I'm not going to waive those. Is there a reason why you're not employed?
I'm studying.
Studying what?
Well, to be a business owner online.
No, you're getting employment. You understand?
Yes.
You can't be living off your mom and you have a 4-year-old to support. I'm going to tell you what I tell many of people who come here. When you have a child, you have to support them. You can't have a child and then put them over at Travis Park and say good luck to you. So, and the reason why I say that is this, and I can see the twinkle in your eye, but I'm telling you truth. That 4-year-old, if there's not a parent taking care of that 4-year-old, you know what ends up happening? They don't eat. So you're at home, you're eating, you're selling your blood for drugs. If the 4-year-old were 100% dependent on you, the 4-year-old would be starving because you're not doing anything to help. You're not bringing anything to the table. If it were a party, you're not bringing the napkins, you're not bringing the appetizers, you're not bringing anything. You're not even showing up for the 4-year-old right now. Do you understand?
Yes.
There's going to be proof of employment within 30 days, no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. And Deputy Laura, we're going to do his TAP evaluation in felony drug court while in custody. Probation, is there anything else he needs?
Your Honor, is there anything about field visit?
Yes, I'm going to want field visits. One time per month until further notice. Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful? All right, I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And we can go off the record. The reason why I'm taking you into custody for your TAP evaluation and felony drug court evaluation is because I believe when you leave this court, you're going to use again, and you are in dire straits as far as using. You understand? All right, good luck to you. Who's here? I'm Brandon Sierra. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
So we're here for a jury trial, correct?
No,
What are we here for?
a motion to.
See, we're always ready to go to jury trial here.
That's right. It was a motion to modify conditions of bond. Previously, the court had given him permission to work Tuesday through Saturday, because those were his work hours at the time.
And so now we wanted to add that he's able to work on Mondays, so one extra day. He was working with a different company at the time, and that's why it was Tuesday through Saturday. And now he's working full-time only because it earns more money. Working with the Water Clean, which is the detailing business.
Okay, so let me ask, is there going to be any objection to him working?
Your Honor, this is, if you may recall, we had a hearing before. And one of the concerns specifically was because of the nature of the business that him and his wife own, which is the mobile car detailing. He was essentially given free rein to go to do detailing. And so at our last hearing, he had, I think, gotten a different job where it was more like a brick and mortar. You go there and you come home. And now essentially what that motion also includes is him going back to his mobile detail. And that's the concern.
And the court never prohibited him from working with
So
mobile
we're,
detailing.
everyone, we're not on the record yet. So here's my question, because I'm here hopefully to solve problems. I know the state doesn't have any objection to him having employment, correct?
Correct.
So with regards to his mobile detailing business, is there a section of the city that you all do not want him in?
Most likely, yes, Your Honor. I can't say that off the top of my head.
So if you all will come up with a section of the city that you do not want him to be in, then I believe they will agree to your motion. So if y'all can figure out what that section is and bring the order to the court, I will sign it.
Okay.
And does that solve everybody's problem?
I believe so.
Okay.
And also just to refresh everybody's memory, really, the last time the court also made sure that he was going to give all the locations to his probation officer.
Yes.
Excuse me, yeah, pre-trial, and he has. Okay. So if he has 4 jobs that day or 5, he sends all the addresses. Okay. So he's been in compliance, so we have no violations.
All right, awesome. So if you all will just figure out what area you do not want him in, and if there's some issue where that conflicts with where he needs to be, you all can come back and let the court know.
Yes, Judge.
Okay.
Okay,
All
thank
right,
you.
sure, no problem. Yes, is he here? All right. If y'all come forward.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Chrisman. Yes.
How are you?
All right, where are we on this case?
Your Honor, the last time we were here in court, we were discussing the fact that we still needed a DD 214 in regards to move forward with any type of evaluation that you requested of us for him to potentially move to California. At that time, Mr. Chrisman told me that his uncle may have had it, his dad. And there's a few family members had it, and you gave him until today to email me that hard copy of a DD 214. I've checked in with it a couple times. As of this morning, I still do not have a copy of the DD 214. And as of this morning, he also told me he does not have a copy himself.
All right, where is it?
Well, it burned up 2 years ago, so that's the only copy I had. And I was unable to get it from me and my family. But when we were last, I know that I did mention to you about getting, doing the, not through them, but through like a different, like private one. And I did find one in California and one here that specialized.
No. Here's my question. My question is, have you turned over the documents to them?
No, I said, no, man.
So-
Burned in the fire and can't get access to it.
All right, so burned in the fire. So what you're telling me, and if I'm incorrect, just correct me. I'm not going to take it as a sign of disrespect. So what you're telling me, if somebody has been in the military and their documents are burned, it doesn't exist anymore. It's like you were never in the military. Is that what you're telling me?
No.
Once something burns to the ground, the military doesn't have anything and you can't get anything from the military.
Well, there's a lot of troops out there that don't have their benefits and have had issues like this.
No. I'm talking about you specifically. So what you're telling me is, and correct me if I'm wrong, and I ask you this because I will tell you in my family, I would say out of all the male members of my family, only 2 have not been in the military. So what you're telling me is if you have documents from the military and they get burned, you're just out of luck. These documents don't exist.
Well, I never used benefits, never planned on it, and never needed it. So. to me,
Well, I will
can't-
tell you
and I don't know
this.
how to gain access to it either.
I have a problem with you. I'm being told that you're testing positive for alcohol, so I'm going to help you.
Well, that's why I have a drug medical program here and I found a treatment program in California, especially in alcohol.
Well, I'm going to help you out here. I'm not allowing you to transfer to California until you get me the military documents. So that will help you.
Yes.
And probation, he's going to do 90 sober meetings in 90 days. So if you wish to transfer to California, then you bring me proof that you were in the military.
Yes, ma'am.
You understand?
Yeah.
So until I have that proof, you're not being allowed to transfer.
Okay.
All right, so we'll alter and amend. Do we have a motion to revoke heard on him, Ms. Abrams? Does he need to have the motion heard?
No, Your Honor, it's not one of these files.
All right, so we're gonna alter and amend. You're gonna do 90 sober meetings in 90 days. And you're gonna provide medical proof to probation for your use of oxygen. You understand?
Absolutely.
Probation, when do you want medical documentation of his issues?
At the end of the week, they're
All right. And who are you receiving health care through?
It's through Aetna.
Hmm?
Aetna?
All right. Do you go to the VA or no?
No.
Have you ever been to the VA?
No.
All right. So you're going to have to provide proof of your medical issues to probation by the end of this week. So that's by October 20th. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Because my concern is sometimes you have an oxygen tank, sometimes you don't. I don't know what's going on with you. So we're coming back on October 20th. And you need to have that information to probation. And your transfer to California is denied. So if you truly wish to go to California, bring me the military information. And if you do not have military information, or if you were never in the military, let the court know and I'll consider something else.
Gotta figure out how to get hold of it.
I'm sorry?
Gotta figure out how to get hold of it.
Oh, it's easy. It's government. They will have your documents somewhere.
Just the VA records. Every document. Same place that we're talking about, go to the records of how you work, you'll be in.
Could you all do me a favor? Because I know you all have said you told him where to get his records.
Yes,
Could
ma'am.
you write something down and hand it to him?
And there's no record, Your Honor, of him ever serving in the military.
No, I understand that.
We'll
But
write some down.
write something down
Yes,
for
ma'am.
him so you will have exactly where you need to go. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
And we have assisted him in obtaining his records, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you. All right, Ms. Ferguson, Caleb Crum. All right, hello. So your attorney is out ill and so are other family members. So we're going to give you a reset, all right? What date, Ms. Ferguson? 2 weeks.
November 2nd.
All right. Well, we'll see you back on my birthday. Ms. Ferguson will give you a reset form, all right?
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Judge, I want to want it back on the 20th. You want him here by 9 o'clock or 11 o'clock?
Let's put him at 10. Is that good for you all?
Absolutely. We'll
All
make
right.
sure we're here.
You did say October 20th, is that correct?
Yes. Yes, please. Nicholas Corpus. And after Nicholas Corpus, it will be Angel Montoya. And probation, this is a plea. Court is caught. Thanks for dressing appropriately for court.
Yes, Your Honor.
Court is calling 2023 CR 7339, State of Texas versus Nicholas Corpus. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Zach Dunn for the state.
Defense?
Linda Corley.
Are you Nicholas Corpus?
Yes, Your Honor, I am.
Counsel, have you received all the discovery? Did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor. I have signed a discovery acknowledgement and I've received everything on the attached index and I'm not aware of any outstanding discovery.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Corpus, I'm showing you what's entitled application for deferred adjudication or community supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Going to show you what's entitled true bill of indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, do you waive the reading?
We do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
We are, Your Honor.
Mr. Corpus, I'm showing you what's entitled court admonishments and defendants waivers and affidavit of admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you
Yes.
sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand you're charged with assault, family choking, strangulation. That's a third-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty, sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine?
Yes, Your Honor, I understand.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
He has, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes, I do.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I believe he is, Judge.
Mr. Corpus, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at a cap of 7 years. State is silent on your application. There's an affirmative finding of family violence, no contact with Brittany Flores. Did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to be designated as primary custodial parent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that to be your plea?
Yes. Your Honor.
Defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
State?
Yes, Your Honor.
Showing you the waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
There have not, Judge.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence.
State offer states 1 and all attachments, Your Honor.
No objections, Judge.
Showing you what's entitled waiver and consent. Oh, you may continue to confer. If you have.
Thank you,
yes.
Judge. I appreciate it.
No problem. Showing you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Judge, may I?
Yes.
We have talked with the prosecutor about this. We are not stipulating to the true and correctness of any of the documents or allegations or any of the observations of the officers.
Okay.
And we marked that out.
Yes.
Okay.
So did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there will be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor, I
Court
understand.
will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find their evidence to find you guilty. Court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Is there something specifically you would like me to see in a PSI, or is the review of his criminal history and maybe testimony from the complainant that the complainant chooses to come?
I'm sorry, I don't understand.
Well, because otherwise the setting for the PSI is going to be a late date,
It'll be December 7th.
will be December.
Okay.
Or if you all want to, if you all provide me with his criminal history. And of course, any other statements that you want the court to review. And if the complainant wants to come in and testify, we could do it sooner.
Well, I mean, we're gonna have some witnesses, Judge, 2 to 3 witnesses, but we're happy to have this earlier setting if the court has time.
All right, Ms. Ferguson. Can you set this? They're going to have witnesses and state if you want to bring the complainant in, you can bring the complainant in.
Yes.
But I am going to need his criminal history, so I'll know what's going on there.
Okay, and state can provide that, is that correct?
Yes. Yes. But she said she's going to have witnesses.
Probably 2 to 3 witnesses.
No, 2 to 3 witnesses.
Oh, I thought that's what she said.
Yeah.
You have better hearing than I do, Judge.
Oh, my allergy ear is hearing well today.
Can you November 2nd or 9th?
All right, we can do it on my birthday or we can do it on the night.
Which one will you be happier on, Judge? That's the
I'm
day I
always,
pick.
yeah, I'm always happy. So, but Sean, tell her I'm always happy.
Always happy.
December 7th.
Yes.
December 7th, Judge.
No, it's November 2nd or either November 9th.
Oh, November 9th. November 9th. Judge, we may have some issues with witnesses, just being able to get off.
All right,
That court date.
stated, will you object to their witnesses appearing by Zoom if needed?
No, Your Honor.
They're just business owners, Judge, and so we just don't know about the scheduling. He said probably the December 7th date would be easier for him to make sure that everybody could make arrangements to be available.
All right, if I set this for December 7th, there's not going to be any resets for witnesses. You understand? All right, Ms. Ferguson, put it on December 7th. And Bashan, there'll be a PSI and TAP evaluation. And it's on Nicholas Corpus.
And I'm sorry, Judge, you said December 7th?
Yes,
7th. All right.
And Judge, on that date, I'd just like to confer with my client one more time if it's changing. Can I reapproach?
Yes,
Okay, thank you.
sure. Angel Montoya. Mr. Montoya?
No, miss.
Oh, Miss Montoya, I'm so sorry.
And.
Okay, yeah.
That happens a lot, actually.
All right. So are you all ready?
No, there's been a development.
All right, what's the development?
So, Your Honor, so counsel has just been appointed to the family violence case.
Mhm.
So I believe that counsel wanted some time to review that case. And then we can come back at a future date relatively soon for kind of a global potential resolution.
The reason why I contacted Mr. Geyer said he was going on the bond.
Okay.
I think the district clerk's office put him as the Piper's attorney, but I did confirm with him. So if Piper's on her MTR, and if I can just appoint Mr. Piper's.
Okay. All right, let's set it for contested and then we'll see where we are. All right, what date for the contested?
November 9th.
All right, we'll be back on November 9th. So something's going to happen on that date.
Thank you, Judge.
Ms. Abrams, on Angel Montoya, does she need to do anything else?
No, Your Honor.
All right. And that will be it. We'll see you on, no, yes.
Okay.
And I'll send you.
Appointment? Okay, thank you.
Mhm. Yes, I'm gonna want inpatient, and so I'm assuming we're not gonna get military records. Jose Lozano. Okay. All right. And after Jose Lozano, it will be Clayton Russell and then Camis Galvan. Do you have a highlighter over there, Norma?
They're for sure.
Yes.
And so I don't think he really understood what we were talking about.
Okay. Yes. And then if they have witnesses and you have witnesses.
Yeah.
Yes. All right, if you'll let Ms. Ferguson know. Sure, no problem.
That's right.
Norma, on her case, they want to do the earlier date. Ah, all right, just give me one moment. And Norma, can you put that in the file, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. All right. So yes, what is happening with Mr. Lozano?
We're still on your radar for a trial, Judge, my understanding.
All right. And criminal trial division, are you next?
I think this is a. The one little wrinkle here, Judge, I am supposed to be in tax court starting tomorrow to help them out on
Okay.
a trial.
All right. Well, he's an impact. He can't be in two places at the same time.
I would like to do one and then the other, but I just don't. I don't think I could.
All right. So what we'll do is we will recall you for tomorrow and we will see where you are.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And then if we are reset, so we've conferred, I think this is gonna be a trial, Judge, because I don't think we can, the defendant has some immigration issues, so I think we do need a date for a trial if it's, maybe we can discuss that.
All right. We're going to come back tomorrow.
Yes. Ma'am.
Ms. Ferguson, could I have a reset form, please? Thank you. Yes. Oh, sure. He can come up. Counsel?
Yes, ma'am.
Over to the center.
Yes, you wanted to approach Mr. Chrisman?
Yes, ma'am. The last time I'm here, you said I could do the other programs enrolling in them, and that would satisfy, everything as well. So, I have one step in California that's an inpatient,
Okay, here's the thing. Take California out of your mind.
and I don't know, because you don't have.
Because you're not going to California until I get proof that you were in the military.
Well, and what if I can't get the proof?
Then you're not going to California.
So you were saying something about the essay recovery here.
Yeah, did you do an outpatient here?
No, inpatient.
Well, it doesn't allow me to work or bring any kind of income in.
No, you have to do inpatient if you want to do essay recovery here. It would be so simple for you to get your military documents.
I guess as you're making it to the simplest road, I just don't understand why last time you said it was okay to do it that way, and now you're taking it back, requiring this information.
What I don't understand is why can you not get your military records? What I don't understand is why is Veterans Treatment Court telling me that they have no proof that you were ever in the military? I don't understand this. I don't understand why you're telling me your military paperwork has burned. So therefore there's no, on this planet Earth, nobody has any military documents for you that you were ever in the military. What I'm telling you is, what you're telling me is similar to if my bar card burns to the ground and I can't prove that I'm an attorney. You're telling me there is no government agency that would have proof that you were in the military.
Thousands of troops that can't get their information, can't get benefits. That
So-
person never went to the VA, person never wanted benefits or anything like that. Because the way they treat the troops and everything like that, I had my own money.
Okay, so
I
I
worked
want you
hard.
to hear me because I'm internalizing what you're saying. This is what I want you to hear me. You are not going to California until you provide me proof that you've been into the military. And you are to provide them by Friday, your medical documentation that you are on oxygen.
That's fine.
And the reason why is because some days you're walking up the stairs, you have no oxygen with you. Then other days, you don't. So that's where we are.
One time, and I ran out last time, because I ran out of
Okay.
oxygen.
All right.
Thanks so much.
So you give me that information, then the court will make a decision on whether or not you can go to California. And I will explain it to you clearly. You want to go to California, you're telling me you have all of these resources there. Or not, because you say you're in the military, but everybody else is telling me you were never in the military.
Then you're telling me that thousands of troops that can't find their information either and get benefits.
I don't have
Okay.
thousands of troops before me. I just have you.
Yes, it's an inherent problem. And no, I haven't been
So-
looking for it.
That's where we are.
I just don't understand why you're putting a contingency on that.
Mhm. Well, I mean, I've told you, I can't tell you anything else. So that's where we are.
So Judge, we omitted conditions for 90 sober support meetings in 90 days and for him to provide medical documentation for the oxygen and so forth by this coming Friday. We have a reset warrant for this Friday.
Yes.
He's coming back here to court.
Yes.
To provide the DD 214 and the medical documentation. Is
Yes.
that correct? Okay, what would you like, just so that I'm clear
Mhm.
in regards to his in or outpatient treatment? that's
Inpatient
supposed to start here? Okay, and we want to wait until after Friday for that inpatient treatment to begin.
Yes.
Okay.
I guess I'll see you Friday. Thank you.
All right. You're welcome. Yeah. Since they changed the date.
You want to change it on this? You want me to change it for you?
Yes, if you can write the new date on there. Thank you. Who's here on Clayton Russell?
I am. Judge.
Thank you. All right, just give us one moment. Sorry for that. But what about the completion of the hours? Within 30 days. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
And what is happening with the new case?
Your Honor, we haven't got the drug logs back on that yet, Judge.
Is that a possession less than a gram? Do we know?
A possession, if I recall correctly, is that, I'm sorry.
Oh, it just says possession of a controlled substance penalty group 1. It doesn't say on the motion to revoke. Is there anything in the system?
Yes, ma'am.
And Vashan,
Yes, sir.
also on him, if you can do the 90 sober meetings in 90 days.
Yes.
In defense, if you can see if it's a possession less than a gram, because maybe that can be addressed.
I had less than a gram on me, but I'm being charged with what the person I was with had on her.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
And which was 1 to 4. Well, I'm trying to find it.
All right. So if you can look in that, he's saying he only had less than a gram, but the person he was with had 1 to 4, and she had that on her.
They swapped them when we got into the deal, and she got dismissed before she even got to moving.
Okay. All right. Well, they'll see if you can find the police report so that that can be taken care of.
Okay, it is as a 1 to 4 judge. We don't have labs back yet. So if you wanted to plead to it, I don't,
No, it's, I'm not asking him to plead to it, but if you could look at the police report, because he's telling me that he did not have the 1 to 4 on his body. The person he was with had the 1 to 4 on her body, and he had less than a gram, and that they're charging him with her 1 to 4. So I don't know, that may be in the police report. I know the labs are not there, but y'all may be able to look at the police report and see if that's true or not.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, thanks.
Thank you, Dan.
Sure. Camis Galvan. All right, on this case, do you have all of the discovery?
Judge, I was trying to verify this. There was quite a bit of videos in this case.
Okay.
I was trying to watch them just to see what we had. We also reached out to the complainant via email. We're still waiting on a response.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, on Galvan, can you give me a 45-day reset for discovery?
And Judge, I can't address your questions. I'm newly on the case. I just got hired recently. He had a court-appointed counsel for the first several months.
Can do November 30th.
All right, we're going to come back on November 30th. On November 30th, you all need to see where we are in discovery.
Yes, Judge.
All right, and then I see there are motions for setting a bond. Norma, if you can refer that to Judge Nahara, please.
Actually, Judge, we've already made agreements and I've submitted orders to the court.
No, you'll have to have a hearing on that. Ms. Ferguson, if you'll send it to Judge Nahara. Because there are other questions that need to be asked based upon what's new in the legislature.
Okay. So we were getting a setting in his court.
Yes, and it should be fairly quick. Since you already have the motion file, he may be able to see you all today.
That would be lovely.
All right, and Norma, can you give him a reset form for November 30th?
Can you take a seat, Judge?
Yes.
Okay.
And he's going to need a reset form. Jose Lozano, why do I have this back? Oh, sorry. Joshua Panaga.
Ready, Your Honor.
All right, court is calling 2023 CR 9224W, State of Texas versus Joshua Panaga. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Brittany Mitchell for the state.
Defense.
Derek DeWalt, I represent Mr. Paniagua.
And are you Joshua Panaga? Okay, I think I'm missing the acknowledgement of discovery.
Oh, you know what? I did not do
I verbally put it on the record and sign it in a minute.
it.
All right, counsel, have you received all the discovery in this case and did you review it with your client?
In my opinion, I have received all of it, and yes, Your Honor, we reviewed it.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Panaga, I'm showing you what's entitled waiver of indictment, reading of information and rights under Article 1.051 and 26.03 of the Code of Criminal Procedure. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand you have a right to have this case heard before a grand jury, and the grand jury can make a determination on whether there's enough information to indict and hold you over for trial? Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand that your attorney has certain rights, namely 2 days from the presentation of the information and 10 days from the presentation of the information to prepare for trial?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived indictment, reading of information and rights under Article 1.051 and 26.03 of the Code of Criminal Procedure. Showing you the information, did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, you waiving the reading of the information?
I am, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the information as presented?
We are, Your Honor.
Showing you what's entitled court admonishments and defendant's waivers and affidavit of admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you're charged with injury to a child, bodily injury intentionally or knowingly? That's a third-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
He has, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I do, Your Honor.
Do you believe he is currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
My opinion, he is and he was.
Mr. Panaga, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain agreement. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 4 years in the prison. There are no applications. It will run concurrent with 2023 CR 3067W. State will take in consideration County Court Cause number 715-914, 715-915, Night Mag number 727-486. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. There's to be no contact with Romeo and Carolina Panaga and Rosa Kalunga. Did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to be designated as primary custodial parent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that to be your plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense, is that the plea? State, is that the plea?
Yes.
Showing you the waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counselor, have there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Then to the offenses charged in the information, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Contest.
State any evidence?
Your Honor, we offer state's exhibit number 1 and all attachments.
We've had an opportunity to go over that in its entirety. No objections.
Showing you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are we proceeding with sentence?
We are done.
All right, the court will find you guilty, sentence you to 4 years in the prison. Give you credit for any time served.
Thank you, Your Honor.
This will run concurrent with 2023 CR 3067W. Taking consideration County Court Cause number 715914, 715915, NIMAG number 727486. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. There's to be no contact with Romeo Panaga, Carolina Panaga, and Rosa Kalanga. Is there anything else with regards to sentencing under that cause number?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification, a defendant's rights to appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, and also because there's an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
We're going to proceed in cause number 2023 CR 3067. I'm showing you what's entitled Motion to Revoke Community Supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you the same Joshua Panaga who was placed on community supervision in cause number 2023 CR 3067 for the offense of burglary of a habitation with intent to commit assault on June 20th, 2023 for a term of 5 years? Is that you?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, state.
Yes, Your Honor. On or about the 27th day of August 2023 in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant Joshua Paniagua committed the offense of possession of controlled substance PG1 in violation of condition number 1.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
And Your Honor, we'll waive the remaining. At this
Any objections?
None, Your Honor.
And we do have an agreed recommendation for the court to
All right.
consider.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 1, the court could find it true, grant the motion, and sentence you up to 5 years in prison?
Yes, Your Honor.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 1?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find violation of condition number 1 true. Is there a proposed recommendation?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes.
It is to revocation and to reform the underlying to 4 years to run concurrent.
All right. All right, why should I do that? Because I've just seen photos of injuries in the other case. Not only did you hit a child, but you hit your mom. And you really deserved more than 4 years in that case. So why should I reduce your sentence from 5 years to 4? You're on probation and all you did was pick up a new offense and frighten your family members.
I have nothing to say, Your Honor. All I can say is that, in my defense, I just signed because I know that there's no evidence to defend the accusations against me. My mother is an alcoholic. She's abused me all my life. She attacked me while I had my child in my hand, which is when I attacked her back. My grandma tried to take the child out of my hand and they fell on the ground. All I can say is I'm sorry.
Oh, what, you want a jury trial in that other case?
No, man.
All right.
Take it.
So the court is going to sentence you to 5 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served, affirmative finding of family violence. There's to be no contact with Justine Banda. And this will run concurrent with, I'm sorry, what was that clause number again? Mhm. All right, this will run concurrent with 2023 CR 9224W. Going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you do have a limited right to appeal, and that right to appeal is as it relates to the allegations in the motion, not the fact that you were on community supervision. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Because this is a felony conviction and an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you're going to have to do better. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Well, we're getting those dismissals.
All right, who is here on Lisa Pryor? And we're taking up these last two cases, then we're done. Hello.
Hello.
All right, the court is calling 2023 CR 7272, State of Texas versus Lisa Pryor. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Daniel Escobar for the state of Texas.
Dan Kramer for Ms. Pryor.
And are you Ms. Pryor?
Yes, I am.
Counsel, have you received all the discovery in this case and did you review it with your client?
Yes, Judge.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Ms. Pryor, did you review the document entitled Application for Community Supervision or Deferred Adjudication with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Judge.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
We are, Judge.
Ms. Pryor, I'm showing you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendants Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Did you understand you're charged with tampering with a government license or seal? That's a third-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine.
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court doesn't follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, I do.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes.
Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
I did.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 10 years in prison?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Judge.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
She does.
Do you believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I do.
Ms. Pryor, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, I am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived a right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, there's a $500 fine and the state recommends deferred. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes.
State,
Yes, Your Honor.
defense?
Yes, Judge.
Showing you the waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes, I did.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, I did.
Counsel, are there any such motions?
There's not.
Next, I'm showing you outside the agreement. State is requesting that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 2 years. There be a TAP evaluation and 200 hours of community service restitution. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State, any evidence?
State offer states exhibit 1 in all attachments.
No objection.
Showing you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there'll be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same.
Yes.
All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Judge.
All right. Who was the name of the person you were with?
Joseph Mora,
Joseph what?
Mora, M-O-R-A. His Valentine is the middle name. He is here in Bear County Detention Center.
All right. Do you have any children?
Yes, I do.
How many?
I have 3. 2 are grown and 1 is 13 living with my mother.
And Judge, what Ms. Pryor did want me to ask, and I did discuss this with the state, if you might be willing to consider probating her fine. She is currently unemployed and is seeking mental health disability with the government. I asked her if she would want you to help her with any services from probation on that score. She said that would be great, would probably actually help her with her disability request as well.
Okay. So when's the last time you had employment?
I was let go on December 2nd, 2022.
All right. From what? Doing what?
So I ran the office administrator and an HR for a lawn care company insurance.
Okay. And if you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be?
Probably will not pass.
All right. So what drugs have you been using?
I thought it was cocaine, but it was not.
What do you mean it was not cocaine? What was it?
Methamphetamines.
So how often are you using?
I really just did the once. Like,
How old are you?
I'm 41.
Why are you trying cocaine / meth once and you have a
Because I
child
have a
that's
lot.
13?
I really do. So I just looking for some sort of release. It was a stupid mistake and I have a lot going. I have a lot going on.
What is going on?
So my husband just got sentenced to TDC, so he's in TDC. He got a 6-year sentence. And he has been bench warranted to Bandera County. And they tried to hit him this morning with 25 years.
Okay, I'm sorry, you need to speak up.
They tried to hit him this morning with 25 years.
Okay.
So I just emotionally,
All right, so that's one thing. You have a husband who's going away to prison and maybe getting 25 years. What's the next issue?
this one,
That's it?
This one, she said.
this one. Yeah.
Oh, and this what's happening now?
What's happening now and my son going to Lon. I mean, that was the best thing for him at the time. I do agree. And it's still a struggle, especially since I just had him this past week because he was on fall break. It just reminded me like how much I missed him and needed to get my stuff.
So your answer to that was to use cocaine / maybe meth.
No, that was before. I mean, I did it before I got him.
No, but I mean, you said you're going to be dirty today. So when's the last time you
Well,
used?
no, I said maybe because I don't know, like.
So
how long
when's the
it's been
last time you
system and
used?
stuff.
When did you last use it?
The Friday, last Friday, not 3 days ago, but the week before that.
And who do you stay with?
Myself and I have a roommate right now.
Who's the roommate?
His name is John Roundtree.
How do you know John Roundtree?
When my husband was arrested, I put an ad on roommates.com. And he's lived at my house since April. I was about to have my house foreclosed on and he pulled me out of that.
All right. And what's the mental health issue?
I have major depression, severe anxiety and PTSD.
All right, this is what the court is going to do. $500 fine that will be probated. 3 years deferred adjudication. 200 hours of community service restitution. I'm going to ask for parenting classes. Once she completes the parenting classes, the community service hours will be deemed satisfied. There's to be no unsupervised contact with minors, and that includes your son. And John Roundtree cannot be the adult that's supervising.
Understood.
There's to be regular reporting, regular random UAs. I'm going to want a TAP evaluation. Follow the recommendations. I want a referral to felony drug court. Proof of employment or SSI within 45 days. No employment as a home health care provider or with minors. I'm going to want field visits 1 time per month until she's in a treatment program. Going to want 90 meetings, sober meetings in 90 days. Probation, is there anything else she needs?
No, Your Honor.
Is there anything else you need? I'm sorry, a MIC evaluation. Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
No, I don't think so.
I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record. Thank you for dressing appropriately for court today. Here's the thing. You have a son that's hoping that their mother will get their act together. So maybe you can come to graduations and all of that. But if you have no plans on getting your act together, don't be the person who breezes in and out of their life, selling them false promises and then breaking every one of them. Because guess what? When you do that to child, then they're going to have issues. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And do not go to your mother's house acting as though your rules apply. You understand?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
All right. Good luck to you.
She's in Dallas anyway.
Okay, awesome.
Thank
Is
you,
Child
Judge.
Protective Services involved or no?
No.
All right. Good luck to you.
Thank you, Judge. May we be excused?
Yes. Annabelle Vela.
Judge, that's mine.
And where is Annabelle Vela?
Annabelle Vela is currently in the Guadalupe County Jail.
Oh, okay. Norma,
Yes, ma'am.
they're telling me Miss Vela is at the Guadalupe County Jail.
It's for the warrant out of this court. Your Honor. I would like to try to get her as quickly as possible. I think we have a deal worked out to where.
Oh, well, Miss Ferguson, see if you can have her by Zoom then. So what date do you want to recall her?
I need to contact one of you to see if I can get hold of them.
Okay.
If you can do like 2.
All right. So what date do you want it?
Judge, I would assume that they're gonna have her here soon in 2 weeks. They'll probably have her in Bexar County by within the next,
We shall see.
yeah.
You can probably do the 26th.
All right, October 26th. If they have her here sooner,
I'll let you know.
yes.
Okay.
Sure.
There's my approach.
Yes.
I was gonna hand you these. This is from.
And did Mr. DeWalt do Gara?
He's here, Judge.
Oh, okay.
You have a motion, Judge.
All right, let's take that up. Could I have all the files for the no-shows? Who's here?
Do you have any questions to go?
All right, court is calling 2023 CR 8177, State of Texas versus Isaiah's Gara. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Hank Wilkins for the state.
Defense? Mr. DeWalt, is that you?
Yes, sir.
All right. This hearing was scheduled at 9 a.m. It is now 12:20 p.m. Deputy Laura, has Mr. Gara shown up?
No, Your Honor, and there's no one in the hall.
All right, defense.
Your Honor, I haven't had any recent contact with my client. He at one time wrote me a letter of defense, and I reached out to him. My legal assistant stated that he told her he was going to hire another attorney. I haven't had any contact with him since, and he didn't show up today.
All right, state.
State asked for bond forfeiture, Your Honor.
All right. The court will issue a judge's warrant and remand your client without bond. If he makes an appearance, the court will reconsider.
He's currently on a $5,000 appeal.
Yes. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Cassandra Pog. Ah. Hello.
Hey, morning, Judge.
Good morning.
Hopefully your CLE went really well.
Oh, yeah, I did.
Good.
Okay, so what are we doing with Ms. Pog?
Yes, Your Honor. The state offered for her to be screened for mental health court.
Okay,
So I'm gonna go ahead and send that request that she be evaluated in custody. It's my hope that they do that soon, so we can get the green light to proceed with the plea before the court.
all right, Ms. Ferguson, they're being referred to mental health court. What day do you want to bring them back?
13th of November.
All right, we'll come back on November 13th, Ms. Pog. If they have everything done sooner than that, your attorney can request to have you brought back sooner.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and Ms. Ferguson will give me the form to sign.
Yes.
So we'll have that in the works.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Have a great day.
Yeah.
Annabelle Vela. Oh, we just did that. Thank you. William Camarillo.
Judge.
Yes.
I gotta go to take a quickly.
All right, court is going to call 2023 CR 7819, State of Texas versus William Camarillo. Could I have parties announce? Well, state.
Yes, Your Honor. Hank Wilkins for the state.
All right, this hearing was scheduled at 9 a.m. It is now 12:20 p.m. The defendant has not appeared. Deputy Laura, was an announcement made in the hallway?
Yes, Your Honor, there's no one in the hall.
State.
Your Honor, state asked for bond forfeiture.
All right, the court will issue a judge's warrant and remand him without bond. If he makes an appearance, the court will reconsider.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. Oh, we're not done.
Oh, a few more?
Yes. Right. Roque Chavez.
Judge, his rating is a copy evaluation. It's not done yet.
Okay, when do you want to call him back?
I can do November 30th.
Okay,
But I'll follow up on.
thank you. Oh, and make sure you,
Yes, sir.
oh, yeah, that's fine. November 30th.
Yes, sir.
It's Roque.
Okay.
Oh, I like your purse.
Oh, thank you.
Is that a Junie?
Yeah. Okay, so that was that one.
There were symbols of duck.
All right, and then we have David Garcia.
Very Garcia, we are waiting for the status of the email.
All right, what date do you want to put that?
Give me 1 second, Judge. Can you make sure it's.
Oh, waiting a bit. All right, let's just do a phantom date to see. The date I have is November 16th, so let's just see where we are on November 16th.
Okay, yeah, that's part of the PZRF.
Okay,
It says here, refer to drug court.
yes. All right, and then we have Rodney Patterson. Court is calling 2023 CR 8184, State of Texas versus Rodney Patterson. Ms. Ferguson, on this one?
Patterson.
We need to recall it and see that another attorney is appointed because Sonny Middleton is not on the will anymore.
And Pat Montgomery's on her misdemeanor, so I'm just gonna appoint Pat Montgomery on the felony.
All right, so let's recall this for tomorrow. Yes, because she should have been here today. And she's on bond. So. And then Christopher Zuniga.
Christopher Zuniga, I received an email from defense counsel that he was going to a dental appointment, but his client should have appeared in court.
All right, court is calling 2023 CR 7832, 2023 CR 7833, State of Texas versus Christopher Zuniga. Could I have defense announced?
Hank Wilkins for the state.
All right, this hearing was scheduled at 9 a.m. It is now 12:26 p.m. Deputy Laura, has Mr. Zuniga made an appearance outside the courtroom?
No, Your Honor, there's someone in the hallway.
All right, and the defendant did not appear in court. State?
Your Honor, we asked for a judge's warrant.
All right, so this one is not a PR bond.
It is a PR.
Oh, it is on, somebody gave a PR bond for possession with intent to deliver 4,200 grams. All right, so I'll issue a judge's warrant and remain without bond.
I was close.
You were good.
Oh, wait, give me 1 second.
Pretty good batting average. 500. It's Hall of Fame numbers if you're pros.
His personal program, is that? is he thinking of the
I'm sorry, what?
Personal program?
Personal what?
Program.
That's odd. No, that's something different, but that's, I'll issue a judge's warrant.
Yeah, no, 335. Yeah, I guess.
But I'm just concerned that somebody would give a PR bond for that.
Double check that.
Yes.
On David Garcia, he is on probation. We have a felony drug court referral out for him.
Okay.
And if he was not accepted into felony drug court, then DVRF, but the evaluation hasn't come yet.
Okay, so he's supposed to come back on November 16th. That's what I have in my, what I've written down.
Okay.
All right.
Your Honor, may I approach?
Yes.
If you have time.
Sure.
My legal assistant just reached out to Isaiah's Gara. This is the one that you just pulled his bond. And so she texted me the number. I called him. He's in Bastrop, but he could get here. I was wondering, would you allow him to appear sometime today?
Sure, I'll be here.
Okay. No, would you entertain a Zoom?
No.
Okay, then I'll tell him.
And if you want to, he can just come tomorrow.
That's the one thing. I'm out of county tomorrow. Any chance to come on Wednesday and I'll be here with him?
But the warrant is going to stand.
Exactly.
So if you want to, since you're going to be out of county, if you would like to appear by Zoom, you can.
Okay.
And if you want to have him come tomorrow, and then I'll consider withdrawing.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Appreciate that.
I don't want anybody violating traffic laws to get here.
I think he's gonna be here. You're gonna be Zoom. right?
I'll be here Zoom tomorrow.
All right. All right. Are there any other files we have?
No, ma'am, I give you all the ones I have.
We have no more files. People, look at this Monday moving like a boss.
Jason's not even here.
Yeah. See, yeah. See, now you're gonna disappoint mom. See how I threw that in? I said moving like a boss.
Happy bosses day, Judge.
Thank you. All right, so we'll be back